Hello, dear viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about the history of the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome to Global Nationalism. I am a global nationalist. I support nationalism in my country, India, and in all countries around the globe. Today I'm going to be talking about nationalism in India in general. The topic for today is the Ram Janmabhoomi movement and its history, how it began, how it grew, and how it's concluded. I'm making this video in honor of the Ram Mandir temple being built on the 22nd of January of this year. And I want to show how the movement began, who all were involved in it, what happened, and why it's such an important movement for India. Let's get started. The Ram Janmabhoomi movement. This is the Ram Mandir. The beginning in 1984, the VHP, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, also called the World Hindu Council, a Hindu organization that is part of the Sangh Parivar, starts the Ram Janmabhoomi movement led by L.K. Advani. This is L.K. Advani on the right. In 1986, the Babri Masjid inner gates are opened by the local district magistrate uh, in order to allow Hindus to do puja in some areas of the masjid. In 1989, the suits are moved to the Allahabad High Court. The confrontation. In 1990, Advani starts his Rath Yatra. In 1992, Kar Sevaks destroy the Babri Masjid. In 1993, the central government occupies the area. The climax. In 2003, the ASI survey finds proof of a Hindu temple beneath the land. The ASI is the Archaeological Survey of India. They found that there were many structures that were existed before the mosque was built. Of course, this was survey was done after the mosque was destroyed, so they just had to look in underneath the land, and they found that the area had settlements from the first millennium BCE until the 12th century, and these were Hindu, Jain, and perhaps Buddhists. And but there was definitely a settlement. It wasn't an unsettled area. There was buildings beneath the mosque, and some of those buildings were Hindus. And upon further investigation, they came to the conclusion that the Hindu structure that was the most recent one before the mosque was built was a Hindu temple. In 2010, the Allahabad High Court apportions the land 2:1 in favor of Hindus, with one part of the land going to Muslims. And finally, the whole history movement climaxes in 2019 when the Supreme Court ordered for a Hindu temple to be built. This was what they had wanted, direct order for the temple to be built and not for the area to be divided with some parts for Muslims. They wanted all of it for them and they got it. So this is exactly what they wanted. The conclusion. In 2020, Prime Minister Modi lays the temple's foundation stone. This was a puja that the Prime Minister did called the Bhumi Puja, where he and some other priests uh, did prayers at the site where the temple was going to be built, where they laid the first foundation stone. And yeah, that was a very special moment. It kind of signaled the beginning of the construction of the temple, and it was Modi's first time directly getting involved in the matter as a prime minister. Although he was a member of the Rath Yatra back in the 90s, that's when he was just younger and just a BJP worker. In 2024, the temple is inaugurated. That is this year, on the 22nd of January. The Ram Mandir will be inaugurated and opened to the devotees. I find that this movement was very crucial to Indian nationalism, specifically Hindutva, because it uh, helped in Hindus regain their holy land, because this temple was destroyed by, I think, either Babur or Aurangzeb, but the Supreme Court doesn't give a firm statement as to who, but it was indeed destroyed, and parts of the masjid were built using Hindu structures of the temple, and I believe that was entirely wrong, immoral, and unjust. And I'm glad that the court ordered for the temple to be built. That is the correct judgment, in my opinion, and it's a just decision. It's justice for Hindus to reclaim that land, that property that they had lost because it was taken away from them. This is not like attacking some random mosque and that was just innocently built and forcefully building a temple or that. I would not support it, and the majority of Hindus would not support it. Muslims, many Muslims to this day do not believe that the temple did exist beneath the mosque, but I believe that all evidence shows that. And uh, while some have accepted it, others have not. And I think mostly because they've not read the judgment properly. They've not been educated on the matter. I'm glad that the mandir is being inaugurated, and I uh, hope that it continues to exist and become a major religious attraction for many centuries. And in fact, they say that this temple can last for more than 1,000 years, and I hope it does. This is a historic moment for Hindus, and as a Hindu myself, I'm very happy. And I think that this is a also moment for India to truly embrace its Hindu identity, to let go of secularism, not officially but unofficially, at least on a psychological level. Indians can, of all religions, can accept that their country is a Hindu nation, and from where we go from there, we can only guess. I hope everything works out, though. That's all I wanted to say. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see other videos about Indian nationalism in general, click here. If you want to see my previous video, click here. If you want to see the sources I use for this video, click the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. Vande Mataram.